Hello, everybody. Wonderful to see you back here. I'm Susie Valentine. I do psychic readings for you. I also teach Theta Healing classes. I channel starseeds, and today we are going to answer lots of your questions. Now, I'm going to have to say sorry about last week because we had a little bit of a challenge with the microphone. It muted itself. I don't know why. I don't even know what exactly happened. But we're just going to trust that it happened for the reason why it happened. And today will be fine. I will make sure I keep a better eye on the chat. So if I'm getting some messages, I will check it out why it happens. Okay, I'm going to start with a question that was actually submitted to the website that I didn't like. The person didn't get the answer last week because of the microphone. So I just want to start with that one. And then I will start with all of your questions thereafter. Yeah? Okay, this one is for Becky. The question is, my 11-month-old is struggling with sleep. How can I support her? Is there anything I am doing that is blocking her? Let's have a look. Okay, before we start these readings, can we cleanse your energy? Can we ask Creator to cleanse the energy for everybody and to fill the energy up with unconditional love? If you'd like that, you can say yes. Yeah, then we let the heavier energy go, send it into Creator's light, and fill it up with unconditional love. Okay, very good. Just let me put the screen this way. Okay, so for these sessions, I use the Theta Healing technique, just so you are all aware. And then I scan your energy, obviously with your permission, otherwise you wouldn't have submitted your question. And I'm just letting you know what I'm picking up in the energy. Yeah. Whenever you change things in your life, whenever you go within, whenever you shift beliefs, for example, with doing Theta Healing, but that's not the only way to shift beliefs, your energy changes. So therefore, your direction that you send your energy in might change as well. Okay, so let's go to Becky's question about her 11 months old child. Okay. Feels like your child is quite connected to different energies that you not necessarily can see, or not even, like, I feel like you sense them, but there's almost like, then the mind comes in, it's like, no, I can't see it, so it's not possible. No, I can't see it, so it's not there. And this is something like for everybody, and I think many of you have heard this as well earlier, is that children, especially when they're young, when babies up to like a few years old, their senses are a lot more open, so they can see different things, they can sense different things, they can hear different things that we as adults can't necessarily sense or hear. Now, when we're doing more spiritual work, these kind of things start opening up again. But kids are very often in a theta brainwave, spend most of their time in a theta brainwave up to 7 years old. And their communication channels are way more open. So what I see here is that there's just a lot of different energies kind of visiting. There's like visiting, and what can really happen here? Maybe do a few downloads. Now, energetically cleansing the bedroom of your child could be really, really helpful. And if you're okay with it, then I do a few downloads, and you can say yes to them if you are happy with them, and if you don't want them, you can say no. Let me just check in with the higher self of your child. Okay, first of all, can we cleanse the space? Can we cleanse the bedroom and energetically clean it? Is that okay? Okay, and now can we do a few downloads that it's safe for your child to sleep, and what it feels like to feel safe when going to sleep and when sleeping. Can we also release from your child, if you're okay with that, the responsibility to have to communicate between different worlds and different civilizations, and to be like the in between channel? Can we release that responsibility that the child has to, with the option to have still free will that she can, but it's not like a must anymore, and therefore that the child can do it in a more harmonious way if it wants to, in a more peaceful way, without the pressure, and what that feels like. If you're okay with that, I'm doing that download. If you say no, that's also completely fine. Here, you really need to trust your intuition and your own gut feeling. Obviously, when I'm doing these kind of downloads for a child or a baby, and because they can't give them permission themselves, I'm connecting to their higher selves at the same time and asking if they're actually okay with this. Because respecting free will is really, really important. Yeah. Good. Okay. And then the last download is, can we show you all what it feels like to be loved, what it feels like to be enough, and that you are, without whilst respecting your own boundaries, without needing to prove yourself. Okay. Yeah. Okay, see how you go. I think this will really help, but see how you go. Okay. All right, the next person. By the way, anything that I've said, don't just take it on. Feel intuitively if it resonates, and don't be afraid of any of these things. They happen for a reason. It's very harmonious. It's very peaceful, the energy, what I see, by the way, there with the child and the type of communication it has. And it's just part of its path. You don't have to be afraid there. Just trust that process. And over time, more will become a lot clearer in the next few years. Right. Manzi, we're going to start with Manzi. Hi, Susie. I want to know my life purpose and why I've come to this earth in this life and the career that's best aligns with my purpose. I need clarity and a sense of purpose in my life. Okay, let's have a look. Manzi, this is not the first time the question is there. And what I'm seeing is like you're blocking the own energy. The answer has already been given. The main focus of your purpose is to follow what makes you happy, to follow what excites you, to follow what brings peace within you. And do these things, because when you do that, you automatically raises your vibration. You raise your own vibration, and you automatically go and do whatever you're meant to do. You do what feels like what lights you up. You do what excites you. So instead of giving the responsibility to me here, what I'm really being shown is tell her that she needs to follow her intuition in terms of what she likes, what she loves doing, what lights her up, what excites her. Once you start taking action in that kind of direction, more and more around her path and around her purpose will open up. And she will automatically live it because she does what she loves. So it's like it's time to take yourself out of that being loop. The only person that can do that is you. And I invite you to raise beyond that. Say, it's enough now. I'm going to do some stuff in my life that I really enjoy. I'm going to do some stuff in my life that I really like. And when you start doing that on a regular basis, more and more things that you really love, that you really enjoy, that light you up, will be attracted. You will attract to yourself. And then things will start flowing more. It will. But it needs to have an initial step, an initial action that is like, hey, I want to know what it is. I want to have more excited. I want to have more joy. I'm going to take some action towards that. And it doesn't mean that everything that you, when we talk about this, it doesn't mean that everything in life you have to be like, yeah, about. Like, excitement and joy can be very blissful, can be very peaceful, can be very harmonious, right? So it's really about sit with yourself, do a little meditation, and feel into what would make me happy? What do I feel like doing today? And start integrating that into your life. When you do that on a consistent basis, you will see things are really, really shifting for you. Okay. I hope that helped you. And you're getting there. It's really like you're getting to an easier energy, an easier vibration, less resistance. So trust that process as well. Okay. Rakesh Pandi, which starseed do I belong to and how can I connect to it? Okay, let's have a look for you. When I look at your energy, there is not just one starseed that you're strongly connected with. There are a couple, they're like multiple. And what is important is to explore the ones you're intuitively guided to. Explore the ones like when you look at starseeds, like you might buy a starseed book, or you might look online at the different starseeds, or there might be some TV programs on Gaia that talk about it more, right? And what I see is when you get to know more about certain starseeds, it will start like you start feeling, ooh, I'm very interested in that one, or ooh, I'm so curious about that, or I'm fascinated about these. And when you have that kind of feeling, that's when to do a little bit more research. That's when to explore. And the exploration can be externally, but it can as well be internally, because your DNA has a lot of information that you can unlock yourself through the form of meditation or through other things that come on your path that you intuitively resonate with or are excited about. The ones that do come forward a little bit stronger that I'm hearing to mention is look into Andromeda and the Andromedans. That feels like the place to start. I hope that helped you. Okay. Next person. Sushma Pandi. Why do I have so much anger issues and the root cause behind my sudden emotional outburst, sharing my personal relationships in my family, straining my personal relationship in my family? Let's have a look. Okay, when I scan your energy, what I'm being shown, and you can let me know if this is correct, but what I'm being shown is like there have been many years whereby you wanted to express things, or you had a certain opinion, or you felt certain things, and when you start to express, it was almost like diminished, like, no, that's not true, you can't talk about it that way, no, don't look at it that way. And it was like, on some level, you didn't feel like you could express yourself on certain topics. Now, certain topics were completely fine, but other topics where there might have been some more beliefs around within the family line, you didn't feel like you could express. So it's almost like it's like building up and building up and building up. And then you have moments, now you are a little bit like, now you're older, it's like, I don't take this anymore. And then it comes out through bursts of anger. And it has to do with you not feeling able to, or feeling allowed to express yourself, to express what you truly feel, or to express what your perspective is, what you've gone through, or what is true for you. It's almost like there might be some beliefs around, on all levels, in all languages, I'm allowed to express what's true for me, and that's probably a no. So you're going through a process at the moment about, hey, how can you discover what is true for you and also express it, because you are allowed to express it. It's okay if we don't all have the same truths. It's okay if we have different perspectives. And sometimes we don't want to hear other people's perspectives or truths because of our own belief systems, because we might feel like we're being put in danger, or there might be other things being activated or triggered that can pull up traumatic memories or other belief systems or some stuff in the genetic line. And that's why it's almost like, no, we don't want, like from the family perspective, like, no, we don't want to look at these things. That's not the territory to look at in this family. But from your perspective, you have different perspectives, you have different feelings, you have different experiences, you have different openness and connections, you pick up different vibrations. You're actually very accurate in a lot of the energies and vibrations that you're picking up. But as soon as you express it or share it with somebody, it's like, no, that's not true from the other person. So you're constantly being reflected around like the stuff that you're intuitively sensing or your experience are picking up. It's like from the reflection, it's like, no, that's not true. So you start doubting yourself. You start doubting your own gift, your own capabilities. And you're at the moment in this process of shifting that. You're in this process of finding your voice. And because you haven't found your way yet to do this in a compassionate way or in a harmonious way, or to really allow yourself to express in a way that feels right for you. And you're also suppressing some of your own opinions, by the way. You're keeping it by yourself back because you have been told so many times no, that it then comes out in bursts and in anger. So that's something to look into. Like, where have I closed my mouth? Where have I not allowed to express myself? And you can do some Theta Healing work on that. If you're not a Theta healer, you can do some inner work, some meditations, or just question within yourself and feel into it. Set the intention that you want it resolved, and then you will, on the energetic level, attract the right guidance for you. I hope that makes sense, and you'll get there. Like, this will be resolved. You decide yourself how easily this is. You can make this a very challenging journey for yourself, or you can actually allow this journey to be pretty smooth when you start listening more to your intuition. Okay, I hope that helped. And by the way, you do have some people in your life who are very open for it and your views, and like they are helping you. They are there for you. Okay. Okay, and then the last thing is, if other people don't necessarily want to hear it, it's not that they don't love you or that they don't care about you. It's probably more a self-defense from the other person or the other people, because they're not necessarily ready to look at these aspects within themselves. Yeah? So avoid going into blame or judgment, because it will drain your energy and will take it down again. So instead, shift into that compassion energy. And when you do that, you will raise your vibration, and it will be much, much easier to shift these things for yourself. Let me know if that resonates. And I hope it helps you. By the way, guys, I would hugely appreciate if you to leave me a little message on the answers that I'm giving you, if they're helpful. I'm looking for a couple of experience for people that I can put on the new website, susievalentine.com. So if you're happy with that, I'd usually appreciate if you just put in the chat how you experienced it. Okay, next person, Ken Yo-Yo. Hey Susie, could I please have a reading regarding my career? I feel a sense of change coming and notice my current job doesn't align with my soul purpose. If I might get some guidance, thank you. Okay, let's have a look for you. Yeah, like you're picking stuff up quite accurately. Things are going to change. I'm being shown two paths. Either things will change within the job, and you will find a way how to feel harmonious and more in alignment. So you're bringing yourself more in alignment, and through that way, you can still keep doing the job you're doing, but it's almost like there's a resistance against that within your energy field. But know that is a possibility. The other option that I'm seeing, like the second path that you can take, is allowing yourself to actually move on. Because the way your current energy with the energy of the job, it's just not so compatible. It's almost like missing each other constantly, instead of being in a beautiful alignment whereby it brings energy for both sides. So it's either shifting your energy within you to align, or it's about moving on and allow yourself to be guided to what's next. Let me have a look what kind of direction could be next. Okay, what your energy is really, really longing for is an expression of your creativity, an expression of your ideas, an expression of more of your energy. It wants to come out, it wants to be seen, it wants to add value. So whatever direction you're going, it needs to be something, or it would be very beneficial. Let's say it like that. It would be very beneficial if it's something whereby you can express more of yourself. You can express more the creativity, the energy, the ideas. That's really what wants to come out and what wants to express itself. And currently it feels boxed in. It's boxed in. It's almost like it wants to move that box. It wants to move out of that box. The energy wants to come out. You're ready to be seen. You're ready to show yourself more. So whatever direction you're going, just consider that and feel how that feels for you. And then when you're looking for a new job, be very clear about what's important to you. Sit down, give yourself a moment, write down what is important to you, how you'd like to add value, how you'd like to be valued by that new business. And write down how you want to feel, some of the energies, everything you're looking for, so you can really manifest that. The more specific you're doing that, the better things will come on your path that are in true alignment with that energy. Okay. And it feels like you're very good at giving yourself, being quite specific and writing these things down about what you want. You're pretty good at that. Okay, I hope that helps you. Okay. So there was a second thing there. Yes, I felt called to start healing as I've been learning Theta Healing and want people to live happily and healthy. Yeah, and with Theta Healing, you can really allow your energy, your creativity to come out, because what you're doing is you're constantly connecting to creator, and you're scanning energies, you're allowing that communication. And what we really like, what a lot of people miss overall in life is the imagination. We're going into a world whereby open contact with extraterrestrials is going to become imminent, right? In the next few years, it's most likely to happen. Now, in order to get ready for that, in order to shift a lot of our beliefs, imagination is constantly needed, and we restrict ourselves so much in what we are allowed to imagine, what we can imagine, what we're allowed to talk about and not allowed to talk about. And then we fear for judgment. I'm not saying that I'm fully there. I'm still going through my processes, but it's becoming easier and easier and easier. But that imagination is something that can really, really be helpful. So we're going to start thinking outside of the box a little bit more. And your energy, when you allow that to go out, you will attract the people that really resonate with your energy. You will attract the people that feel like that you can really help them. So yes, that's a wonderful thing. I do see, though, that next to Theta Healing, I feel like you are going to do something else in terms of a job. I don't know if it's going to be full-time or part-time, but it feels like you want to have some stability in income. And the stability in income is like it takes a lot of the worry away. So when you have a stable income, you are able to like explore and develop and grow with the Theta Healing that you're learning without the pressure. And that's a much, much more enjoyable energy. You don't need that pressure. You're not like, you can function under pressure. You're okay with that. But you're like, the energy, when I see it, it's actually much happier when it's not under pressure, and it can creatively express itself much better when it's not under pressure. So yeah, and by the way, if you want to have any specific classes, I do teach classes again. There are a couple of courses coming up, but if there's a specific course that you'd like, I'm happily putting on courses for people when they reach out to me. Just go to Susie Valentine and reach out to me if it resonates with you. The classes that we have coming up, by the way, is the basic, which you've probably already done, but we also have world relations coming up and a host of other ones. Okay. I hope that helped you. And yeah, working for a creator. What about with creator? Work with creator. Very good. Okay, next person. Let me just cleanse the energy again. Hamal Karambelkar. Sorry if I pronounce your name incorrectly. Hi. I keep feeling sad and anxious occasionally. Whenever I do various healing processes, this goes always only temporarily. How do I release the chronic fear and sadness? Thanks, Hamal. Okay, let's have a look for you. Yeah. Okay. Hamal, when you feed yourself, do you just feed yourself once and expect to be fed for the rest of your life? No, you probably feed yourself about 3 times a day, right? When you do sports or exercise, do you think you can just do exercise for a couple of months and that should be it for the rest of your life? No. You know, when you want to remain fit, when you want to remain healthy, you need to eat regularly, you need to exercise regularly. And that's the same with like the inner work and the healing processes. Doing an intensified class or doing a period is amazing, and it really, really, really helps. But if you're not being consistent and you're not integrating it as part of your life, then of course it's gonna float off. And it's quite likely you're going back to old patterns and have these things coming up. When I scan your energy, I'm being shown it's like there needs to be a consistency in this. There's more, and it's almost like from your perspective, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's like I've done some of the work, now expect that to shift and be done. I'd like to be done with it. And what I'm then getting as a message is like, it's okay. Why can't you, like, you're being invited to see doing the inner work as something you can enjoy. Can we give you a Theta Healing download that what it feels like to enjoy doing different healing processes, or to enjoy doing the inner work, to enjoy like nurturing your body from a emotional, from an energetic and a spiritual perspective? Anybody who likes that can say yes, and what that feels like and how to enjoy that without feeling ashamed about it, but actually what it feels like to feel proud about it. When people go to the gym and do a good workout, they're proud, they're happy. That can be the same from doing the inner work. It's as important. And with the inner work, you start raising your level of consciousness. And when you raise your level of consciousness, you're preparing you. First of all, it makes your energy lighter. It makes you go smoothly, more smoothly through life. But it's also preparing you for your next steps. And you have some bigger shifts coming up. They have to do, sorry to refer back to this again, they have to do with starseed contact. And it's important to clear some beliefs around that. It's also important to become at peace with the different beings and clear the fears away there. And the exercise I'm being shown for you, and again, listen to your intuition. I don't want to force anything upon you. Really only do this if this resonates. But it's almost like type in on Google or ChatGPT, whatever feels right, extraterrestrials or starseeds, and have a look at the pictures and see, what do these pictures do to you? How do they make you feel? What emotions do you feel coming up? Because that's like an initial start about clearing some of our resistance against it and becoming more at peace. That then when you start doing that kind of work, other things will automatically come more in harmony. Don't ask me how, that's what I'm being shown. Because the resistance stops. There's almost like you've had a few nudges already into that direction, and there's been a resistance, which is completely understandable. We have that all the time, right? That we resist some things. It's like, oh, I'm not sure I'm ready for that. At least I do. And when that resistance stops and you go into that surrender energy, then things will become a lot more balanced for you. And emotionally, you will also be more balanced. Now, I don't know if you've explored something like Theta Healing. If not, only if it resonates, you could have a look at it. But I feel like you also have other healing modalities that you already are doing that are helping you actually really, really well. It's just about being a little bit more consistent with them. Okay. So can we do your download that it's safe to explore starseeds, different beings, and how to do this without fear? And that throughout this process, you constantly start keep shedding fear away, because you're letting go of the resistance and you're facing some of these things, and you're being brave, you're being curious, and how to do this from an energy of joy, from an energy of fun, from an energy of lightness and excitement. When you know what that feels like, or know that's possible for you, you can say yes. This is obviously for everybody else who wants to benefit from that too. Beautiful. Okay, now I feel some stuff around your heart chakra. It needs a few more downloads there, so let's have a look. Can the creator show you what it feels like to allow energy to flow through your heart? Allow to open it a little bit at the right amount for you, So it becomes easier to receive as well as give. Like you're a giver and you don't allow yourself to receive that much. So it's also around allowing yourself to receive the support, to receive the love, to receive the connection, what that feels like and that is possible for you, and what it feels like to receive the guidance on that so that it happens at the right pace for you. Anybody who wants that can say yes to this. Yeah, cool. And what I also see for you, Hamal, is the moment you are over that initial wobble, you might have one or two more wobbles, but then you're actually going to start being very fascinated about it and having real fun with it. And it becomes like this thing that is like, it's like a super exciting energy and very intriguing energy. And it's fun. It becomes something that's really fun. So I hope that helps you. Okay, next person. Let's cleanse the energy again. Okay. It's also really funny because I've been given last week one of the messages that I need to start a program called Starseed Circle, and it's for Theta healers, and it's about clearing the fear and the prejudice around extraterrestrials and starseed energies. And I also I'm very excited about it. I still have to overcome a couple of bits of resistance, but it's interesting that happened to me. And now so many more of the readings are actually related to that kind of energy. Whilst we didn't necessarily have this kind of energy like a couple of months ago. So it's funny how everything evolves and perfectly aligns, right? Okay, so we're probably also heading more into that direction because it's very important we start clearing the fears around that and becoming a lot more at ease and at peace with different beings being there, being guided by them. So many are so peaceful and loving and empowering that it would just be wonderful to get to know them better and to start opening up that energy more for contact. Yeah. That's my personal perspective. People don't have to align with that. That's all good. Okay. Ramesh Mamukshu. Hello. Shall I write my books on the basis of my writing during the 90s? Books on the basis of my writing during the 90s. Let's have a look. I hear not necessarily. Okay, let me have a look further. Okay, what I'm seeing, and again, this is where your intuition needs to come in, and really you need to feel into it, what resonates most with you. But it's almost like when I write around the 90s, it feels more safe. It feels more secure. It feels more comfortable. But it feels that what I'm being shown is like you have a couple of other ideas or experiences or things that you really want to share about, write about, but there's a fear of judgment, and that causes hesitation. So to decide what the best thing is to write about for you, and it could be the 90s, but it's just not 100% clear at the moment, because there's you're blocking some other areas that could be really, really helpful for people to hear about and listen to or read about. That you're almost like, no, I can't share that. There's judgment around that. I don't know how people are going to respond around these things. And that stops a little bit of that energy flow around your writing. So what I'm being shown is what can be really helpful is first give yourself a couple of days or a week to really meditate on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be particularly long. It can be 15 minutes, it can be 20 minutes, whatever is right for you. or at least listen to peaceful music, or do some breath work, or do something that gets you into a state whereby you feel at peace and whereby your vibration is rising. When is your vibration rising? It's almost like when your mind quiets, you feel at peace with yourself and everything just feels harmonious around you, right? And from that state, you're not looking for the answer. You allow the answers to come to you. It's really about allowing a little bit more of this feminine energy to attract some of the answers, to attract the guidance. And when you do that for a couple of days, you will get a lot of clarity. Don't just take the first answer. Keep going for a couple of days, because each day will bring you a different perspective and a different perspective. And over the days, more clarity will form. And then you're like, I know now. This is what I'm called to do. This is what's going to make the biggest difference to others who read it. I hope that helps you. Okay. Right. So Manzi, thank you. Susie, I got the life purpose part, but I'm still confused about the career. Is there any guidance coming from career? It's the same thing. It's the same thing, Manzi. When you start focusing on what you love, when you start doing what you enjoy doing, these answers will find you. It will open up. It's all interconnected, all interlinked. But these answers can't find you if you keep in the loop, the constant downward spiral. So you have to break out of that, move out of that, do something on a daily basis that you absolutely love, that will raise your vibration. And when you have a higher vibration, the answers can find you. That's how it works. So try that. See how that goes for you. Okay. Ken Yo-Yo, thank you so much. Your message has been helping me so much. That's wonderful. Even the messages that you read for others were also resonated. Yeah. And that's the intention, right? The purpose of this is to really answer questions for individuals, but at the same time really allowing let as many people as possible benefit from the answers. Because many of the things is not just the only thing that you are having as a question. Many other people are facing the same thing. Okay. Pana Gyota Burmpaku, 1670. Hi, can I have a message from my higher self and my soulmate? If my soulmate will meet me. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, just clarifying the definition of a soulmate. The definition of a soulmate is a soul you know from another place and time. So it's the souls know each other. And with some soulmate, it's like when you meet that person, you can only I've met them for 3 minutes, but on some level you feel like I know you for 3 years. I feel this connection that I don't have with many other souls or other people, because on some level your souls know each other. Okay. When I look at the energy, you already met several of your soulmates. Some are more compatible with your energy than others. You're gonna meet more of your soulmates. In terms of a soulmate that if you want to have a relationship with them, it's more to do about why are you blocking a relationship in your life, and sit with the question, why am I blocking the relationship that I want in my life? Why am I closed for that? What can I do to open up and invite that relationship in? That's the question here. And that's some work for you to do, some of the inner work for you to do. And you can sit with that and then feel into it and allow the answers to come. There's no right or wrong answer. The more honest you are with yourself, the easier it is to resolve this for yourself. And then, yes, you will meet more soulmates, but you need to do the inner work to allow the connection to really manifest, like take place in the way you like it to be. That's what I'm hearing for the moment. Okay. Gemma Jar 8888. My question is, am I going to purchase my property here in Melbourne? Okay, I don't want to put any guarantees on this because eventually it's your own choice and it's not something for me to decide. But when I look at the energy, it's like definitely into that direction of a yes. But again, it's your own choice, it's your own decision. You can steer the energy in the direction you want to, but the energy feels quite strongly towards a yes there. Okay. Can GG7DL? I have been continuing to struggle with money, and although I have been doing the work, my situation hasn't improved. Could you please give me guidance? Could you please give a guidance on which point I should work on further? Okay, let's have a look for you. Okay, there's some topics around being enough, around being worthy of money, and explaining your higher self what money actually is. Your higher self doesn't understand the concept of money necessarily. Can the creator show your higher self what the concept of money is? Yeah, and that it's safe to have it, to attract it, and use it in your life. And how to do it in the highest and best way. When you like that download, you can say yes. Can the creator also show you that you can have money and feel valued? That you can have money and attract money and be worthy? When you like that, you can say yes. And can the creator complete any vows, oaths, and energetic contracts that you need to worry about money? Can we complete the lesson around money now that the lesson that you need to worry about money, and can we let that go so that you can live with money without worry and with abundance instead? Would you like that? And anybody else who likes that? Beautiful. Okay, so have a look into like the self-worthiness, the being enough. But I think this already probably shifted quite a bit. Okay, we're going to close the chat now. I'm going to answer the last couple of questions, and then we're going to do a little Theta Healing meditation, give you a few more downloads. Okay, I hope that helped you, Ken. Okay. Jamajar, I'm glad you agree. Okay, the next person, Jomi Geta Tamashi. I have a subtle feeling that I'm a beast. Can you clarify me? In what kind of way do you mean this? I'm not really sure if I understand that. You're very welcome, Ken. A little bit more information would be very helpful. Do you see this as a negative thing? Do you see this as a positive thing? What are you like? Give me a little bit more context, please. In the meantime, I will just move to the next person. Ascending Universal Butterfly. Hi, Susie. Happy Monday. How can I approach light language with my starseed origin, please? Let me have a look for you. It feels like you're already doing it. Keep following your intuition. Keep following your inner guidance. It will evolve for you more and more. But it will evolve at the right pace for you. This is not something to be pushed. It's something that will happen for a while, and then it will go quiet, and then maybe you will see something or sense something again. Allow it to unfold the way it's unfold. Trust the process there. But you're already doing it, and things will become more conscious when you're ready for it. That's what I'm seeing. I'm sensing at the moment. Okay. Just going back to Yomi Geta, Tamashi, let me just have a look for you. If I'm not getting an answer for you, I will still look into the energy and let you know what I see. Okay, I don't necessarily I'm not shown energy that you're a beast at all. What I do here is like, what perspective do you want to look at yourself? Because do you dare allow to look at the pure unconditional love that you have within you that is very strong, but it's almost like hidden and not allowed to be seen? And it's like when you start exploring that and sensing that love energy, sensing that beautiful purity that you have within, more ease will come in life, more abundance will come in life. Things will like, you start having a more positive self view, which you're so ready for, so worthy of. So what can you do to be more loving towards yourself? What can you do to be more kind towards yourself? What can you do to treat yourself better? Because that's what you deserve. And when you start doing that, others will start doing the same. Because then your vibration changes, your energy changes, and you attract the people around you who also have that higher vibration, who also have that higher energy. Now, when you get, what I'm also seeing is when you get certain images of certain power animals, that's also interesting. When you get certain images of certain power animals, it's almost like, remember the strength that they have. You have that strength within you too. So it's almost like there is a little message there of, remember how powerful you are, because you are. But you direct your power in the way you want. And you can direct your power in a negative way, or you can direct your power to a positive way, whereby you empower others, whereby you really support others, whereby you support yourself and start shifting things in a very positive direction. Because many people can relate to you, can follow you, can like connect to you. And that will really happen more and more when you use your power that you have within you and your light in a positive direction. That's all for now. I hope that helped you. Okay. Shall we do the Theta Healing meditation? We're going to do a brief meditation, give you some downloads, give you some energetic shifts as well. Take a deep breath. And allow the energy to come up from the earth. Just before we start this, if you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Check out my website with the Theta Healing courses that I'm doing. Basic is coming up next month. We have World Relations coming up, and we're going to start the Starseed Circle, whereby it's a Theta Healing practice group whereby we really connect and focus on star seeds and clearing the fear and the prejudice, subconscious prejudice that we might have, so we can really start evolving ourselves and increasing our vibration. Okay, let's do the daily meditation. So allow the energy to come up from the earth through the soles of your feet, up your legs, all the way to the top of your head, into a beautiful bubble of light above your head. This ball of light goes high into the sky. It goes past the moon and the stars, through layers and layers of light, through golden light, through jelly-like substance, into the sparkling white light, the creator of all that is. You go deep, deep, deep into this energy. Beautiful. And do I have your permission to scan your energy? Can the Creator first of all show you all what it feels like to be loved? That it's safe to be loved, that you're always loved, and that you're loved unconditionally by this energy of creation that's connected to all of us. Can Creator show you what that feels like now? And allow that energy to come in. Allow that energy to come in. Allow it to unlock the beauty you have in yourself. Allow it to unlock the power you have in yourself. Very good. Allow it to strengthen the positive self-view. Yeah. Can the Creator show you what it feels like to love yourself? What it feels like to be loved by others? When you like that, you can say yes. And allow that energy to really come into your fields, spread through your body to all your cells, and empower you. Can the Creator show you what it feels like to be beautiful and that you are, irrespective of what others might say or you might say? Allow the Creator to show you that you are beautiful because you all are. And that you are perfect because you all are perfect the way you are. What it feels like to accept yourself for who you are. And that it is safe to accept yourself for who you are. Without needing to fight. Without judgment. That it is safe. Would you like that? Can the Creator show you what it feels like to allow yourself to feel more of your authentic energy? To allow yourself to live more of your authentic energy? And to allow yourself to express more of your authentic energy? Beautiful. And that it's safe. And how to live your authentic energy also with that energy of compassion, with that energy of unconditional love, with the energy of harmony and peace within you. And what that feels like. Would you like to know what that feels like? And that is possible for you? And that you are allowed. Without needing to fight, without needing to prove. Beautiful. Okay, can the Creator show you what it feels like to be at peace with yourself? To be at peace with the world? and that it is allowed and that it is possible. Beautiful. The moment we get more at peace, we become more in alignment. It doesn't mean we need to approve of everything. But being at peace, being in acceptance, allows you to raise your vibration and find the answers or find solutions. So can the creator show you what it feels like to raise your vibrations? That you're allowed to raise your vibrations? And through that, allow solutions and allow answers to come into your field. And allow your life to go and unfold more smoothly, more joyfully, more happily. You like to know what that feels like and that's possible for you, you can say yes. And we're just allowing that energy to come into your field. So we've given you quite a few beautiful energy upgrades. So we've given you that energy. Now it's also for you consciously to accept that energy and start living more in alignment with that. Because it's one thing is receiving that energy or accepting that energy. But if you still go against everything, you're like almost like pushing that energy out of your field again and you kind of move on with your life. Instead of allowing that energy to be there and like start living more in alignment with that. Because then things can really shift within your body and within your energy field. Okay, so let's do a rinse in that 7th plane energy and this beautiful sparkling white light. Let's do a rinse there. And then allow the energy to come up from the earth through the soles of your feet, all the way to the top of your head, filling up your entire body with beautiful unconditional love energy, with grounding energy from Mother Earth as well. Take a deep breath and open your eyes. I hope you enjoyed it today. I'm just going to read the last message. I'm back next week again. And also on Thursday morning, 7 a.m. UK time, we're doing a Theta Healing Belief Work session example. Okay, to elaborate, I'm from Uganda. I have a scar across my left eye since November 2021 motor accident. My face is scary and horrible. My fellow humans are afraid of me, except my mom, whom I live with. Okay. What I'm being shown is there is a part of you that is afraid of yourself. And what starts happening when you stop being afraid of yourself? When you start loving yourself for who you are, even with your scar. Because when I scanned your energy very first time, what I saw was a lot of pure unconditional love, was a lot of beauty. And if I can sense that, others can sense that too. You need to allow yourself to feel that too. The moment you start allowing that for yourself is the moment that others will also start allowing that and see that. So if it feels all right for you and if it feels aligned for you, go within, do some meditation and ask, why did the motorcycle accident happen? What were you meant to learn from it? And then, which part of yourself are you rejecting? And how can you start accepting that part and loving that part of you? When you start doing that, when you dare to go there, you can start loving yourself more. And then you can start accepting yourself more. Yeah? You don't have, when you do these, be an observer instead of being right in the middle of it. Be the observer that observes from a pure unconditional love perspective. You can do that by doing a little Theta Healing meditation at the start. There are a couple of them on my YouTube channel. You can do the morning meditation, for example. It puts you in a theta state. From that perspective, you can start becoming the observer who goes in and observes what's happening. Avoid going right into it and reliving it again, because that is not necessary. Stay out, be the observer, and just observe, that happened. Oh, that feeling was coming up. Oh, there I rejected myself in that way. What's going to happen if I love myself a little bit more in that way? What's going to happen if I be seen in that way? And when you start being that observer from an external perspective, it's more detached, and you're going to be able to get more into the acceptance easier, and you're going to be able to allow more solutions to come in. Things will start shifting that way. Okay, I hope that helped you. And thank you for being brave to look into this. Thank you for being here, everybody, and see you next week.